Hello everyone. Today I want to talk about Grav, and I think I have uh, I have covered this in a couple of my videos in the past, and today I thought I'll probably talk about it again because why not? And the reason I'm talking about Grav is because it's mainly because I really believe that we all should have our own website. I have had my own websites for almost 2 decades now. I try to share things online. I try to, of course, keep uh, this online repository of the work that I do, that I am willing to share with everyone. And when you have your own website, it is not just about showcasing what you are capable of doing. It is also about your own content. Treat your website like your own personal social media website. It is not really, I mean, you can have a simple website, a simple HTML website, but it need not to interact with other websites, although you can. Now, I have talked about this or these set of principles called indie web. Indie web is basically a set of principles, beliefs that you can not just set of principles and beliefs, but I think you can also implement those things on your website. For example, let us say you want to interact with other websites, or maybe you want to subscribe to their feed. I do that quite a lot, by the way. I have this indie web module installed on my website, which I have been using for almost a year now, and I'm quite happy with it. But my website is on Drupal, and Drupal is great, but at the same time, it is a bit heavy, to be honest. And I discovered this uh, this CMS called Grav. Now, I'm sure you all are probably familiar with this concept of static site generators. Basically, you can maintain your sites or your site using nothing but text based files. It could be markdown based files, and you can then generate a site out of it, and the whole site can be based on nothing but text files. But if you want if you want something which is somewhere in between, then Grav is probably a good choice. Now, Grav, as I mentioned before, is not really a static site generator. It is a CMS, but there is no database. But you still need PHP to run it. So I have a couple of Graph-based sites which I don't really maintain regularly, but I have them I have had those sites for quite a while now, and there are so many things that you can do with Grav. It is not at all complicated, and everything is managed using this backend. So there is also a backend if you are not comfortable with terminal. So using Grav, you can build a website that you can also maintain using a backend. So there is a backend as well, which you can use if you want, but you don't have to. So all the things are maintained, all the files are maintained using text files. And you can create a new blog, for example, or you can modify things directly in the text file, and that is it, and you're done. But to set up Grav, you need Apache and PHP. There is nothing else that you need. There is no MySQL involved. There is no database at all. So it is like a flat file based CMS. It is something that I discovered, I think, few years ago. I also made like a detailed video. So there is a video called Setup Grav website in 5 minutes, which is not really a 5 minute video. It is like a 50-minute video. But the idea here is that if you want to start using Grav, all you need to do, just go to the download, and you will get this. You have two options. Either you can use Grav Core, or you can use Grav Core plus admin plugin, which is something that I use and I recommend because it comes with this admin plugin where you have this interface, this GUI based interface to manage the content. It is like a proper CMS, and and it is very easy to use. So if you download this particular package, and if you have, let us say, your own local Apache, you are actually up and running. You already have a website. So just download this, and that is it. That is all you need to do. And I believe, if I'm not wrong, Grav also comes with its um, uh, no, not Grav. I'm probably confused with the other flat file based CMS. But if you just download this Grav Core plus admin plugin, and if you extract it to your web root, that is it. You're done. You already have like a proper you already have like a proper site up and running. And if you want to install it, apart from, of course, extracting the Grav admin package, I think you don't really need to do anything else. But if you look at the documentation, you will find the details. Yeah. So I think, yeah. So I was talking about this this built-in PHP server. So if you want, you can download this, and I believe you can run this command. You still need PHP, by the way. If you run this command, you will have this Grav site that you can access, even if you don't have, I believe, Apache. So this is something that I think you can take a look at. I have a couple of websites. One is this Jira.training. Yes, I own this domain, and it is not really a great site, but it is like simple. I mean, you can actually build something like this in half an hour, maybe, or 1 hour. I mean, of course, you need to add the content. And the good thing is that it has like different themes. You can use different themes to take a look at whatever works for you. For example, I also have this site called atlassian.ravi.pro, where I tried maintaining this online repository of different videos and content that I have been sharing. So these are like all of my experimental sites that I started building when I was trying Grav, because whenever I'm learning something, I always try to work on a project, because when you're actually building a project, you have a proper reason to learn something. And I have actually used Grav. I have recommended Grav to a couple of my friends. They have used it to set up proper production-based websites and sites that they build for other clients. And I thought I'll probably recommend Grav today one more time. In case you're looking for not at all heavy CMS, then Grav is something that you can look at. It can be run without any database, as I mentioned before, which can be a huge plus point, because you may have not a very heavy server, or if in case you want to save money, or you just want to spend maybe $5 or maybe, let us say, 500 rupees per month on hosting, and you're still looking for proper, like hosting your own proper website that requires minimum effort, you can download Grav and start using it. Of course, I also recommend to take a look at or building your own website using nothing but HTML, which is always great, because there is something about maintaining your own website without any CMS at all. So I have this domain called ravisagar.com that I acquired last year. I was actually after this domain for a while. This domain was not available. It was actually available for a price, but I was not really interested in paying 200 or 2. I think $2,500. I think it was something like that, just for a domain name. It was not really worth it. But I got this domain last year, and I set up this simple site, which is nothing but pure HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. And this site is using a bit of CSS, not really. Yeah, there is CSS, a simple CSS, but using this JavaScript code, I am actually pulling in the last 2 blog posts from my ravisagar.in Drupal website. So I also recommend you to take a look at uh, this this way of building a site without using any CMS. And I of course also have this Ravi.pro, which is also a simple HTML, CSS based or JavaScript based site, but the content that I generate here, like for example, if you're looking at a blog post, these are nothing but HTML files, but everything is coming from org mode. So you can use, in case you follow my videos, I use org mode for doing a lot of things, and I also use org mode to publish a blog. So this particular site, Ravi.pro, is something which I use to just keep track of or just to publish my notes, like notes where I think I can share publicly. So I manage it using nothing but org mode. But in case you're looking for something very simple, like extremely simple way to launch a website, a good looking website, where you may want to add content from a CMS backend, then Grav is highly recommended. I have used it for few. I think I first started using it in 2018, and I do have like few sites, actual sites, and I have recommended this to a couple of my friends. They have built sites using Grav, and they have also built sites for other people, for their clients, and I'm very happy with the outcome. I think Grav is somewhere in between. It is not like doing everything from scratch, but it is not also at the same time very heavy like Drupal. And that is it. That is all I wanted to talk about in this video. I hope you enjoyed watching this video and you learned something new today. Thank you very much.